Major severe weather and tornado outbreak across much of the deep south into the southeast Dixie Alley area from Easter Sunday into Monday. Here's just some of the damage. Absolutely tossed around like Hot Wheel cars. There were some school buses really damaged and whatnot too. This is why you do not seek shelter in cars during tornadoes. Definitely a lot of areas of pretty decent damage from several EF3 and a few EF4 tornadoes that touched down from Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, into South Carolina. Wow, this is from Georgia. Yeah, it's not supposed to be there. Like a scene out of Twister, this house, whole house, off a foundation, tossed in the middle of a road. You don't see that every day. Very impressive. Very large hail fell. That's softball size at least. We saw some reports of around grapefruit size from some of these storms going back into the weekend. Woo-wee! And as a meteorologist, this is just a major weather geek moment right here. This is a textbook, classic supercell embedded within a line of severe storms. This is the wind velocity. This is wind moving towards the radar site. Here in the red, moving away from the radar site. You got winds moving in two different directions and meeting here. That's called gate-to-gate shear, and that was likely around 150 miles per hour or more. Very significant. This is where the tornado would be, and you could see it even better on the reflectivity side. This is the typical type of radar you guys are used to looking at. Wow, right there. This is the inflow wrapping around into the storm. And then this is the outflow, the big portion of the storm with all the heavy rain and hail. That wraps around and comes throughout here where they meet. This is where all the rotation is. That pink color right there, that's actually debris. So anything that tornado lifts up off the ground, trees, power lines, sticks, houses, everything in between, whew, that is actually being tossed into the sky and being picked up on radar. Scary stuff. Now, many of you probably came here for the forecast side of things, so let's get right to that. We're going to have a little system forming. It'll be moving off towards portions of the east. This is nuisance, a little mixing possible, nothing significant, maybe a few flakes across the Great Lakes. It's going to be chilly the next week or so, and then some showers, maybe some storms across the southeast, nothing too significant. Our attention middle of the week turns to this. This will be a developing system coming off the Rockies, moving across the plains in towards portions of Nebraska and Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. This is going to be very dependent on temperatures as we watch towards late Thursday night and Friday. This could be a path, if it happens when it's dark out with temperatures around freezing, that does drop accumulating snow. We'll have to keep an eye on it. I-80, I-90 corridor, it's something to watch, that's for sure. We could see accumulating snow. That moves off stage right. High pressure builds in. Not too much going on across the east. Not a ton going on across the west either. Just some very hit and miss spots. So we get a much needed break. That will be certainly needed. Unfortunately, more big showers and storms. Lots of heavy rain likely for the southeast. Model agreement is pretty decent with that. But the big thing to talk about is this end of the work week snow possibility. How much could we actually be dealing with? Models are not in great agreement. But this is what could fall. That doesn't mean everything's going to accumulate, but if you do have 4, 5, 6 inches actually falling from the sky, and it is 32, 33, 34 degrees, especially if it's night out, you are going to get accumulation on all surfaces. So something to keep an eye on. We'll have to see if it's going to be maybe a little south, middle, a bit north, if it's going to be an inch or two, or if it's going to be 5, 6, 7 inches. But I do think this is a true snow event for some spots. That's because we got cold locked in. And that's going to be that way for much of the month of April overall, the rest of the month, and then that warmth will stay generally off towards the west. It's a little battleground. I think we do warm up once we get back into May. Thanks so much for watching. For all you business owners that have to make decisions around the weather, apps can be frustrating. They change a lot. The TV forecast is general for a whole viewing area. With our service here at NeoWeather, it is very specific, accurate, and detailed towards your location and your operation for peace of mind and saving time and money.